What's up, Chubies? It's a little after 1, or is it 1:27, Wednesday. And of course, as soon as I start fucking filming, people want to start making noise. Anyway, I've had nothing to eat until right now, and this meal is a little on the lighter side because I didn't want to eat too much. I know I'm going to have something, kind of heavy later for dinner, but this is what I have. It's celery with peanut butter, and I got this idea from Ketone. Actually, I had already bought the celery because I kept thinking I needed to get some celery. Then I discovered that she had done a video, and I saw the video and really liked the sounds and everything, and so I was like, you know what, I need to reintroduce myself to celery and peanut butter again. So Ketone, thank you for the idea. Appreciate that. The inspiration, I guess. I got some Activia, vanilla flavored Activia, and Honey Bunches of Oats granola, which I'm gonna try to just pour in here. Maybe, some sounds or whatever. I'm doing laundry too, so that's gonna be done really quick. So I wanna make sure that I can get down there quick enough. So let's get started. I want you to look at me, and if you notice, you're seeing the beard not look as tight, although I just trimmed it a little bit, so you can't really see that it's really it is lined nice, but it's not as defined as the eyebrows. Well, I thought we would talk about that, or I would share something with you that I have not shared before. So also, I'm wearing this shirt and I have the mic here. In the last video, I apologize, you guys. I guess the mic was right here at my throat and you guys heard everything. So sorry about that. And if you hear any weird like humming, this mic is short, but it's powerful. It's kind of good at blocking out stuff, but I've got ceiling fan on, and you might hear something in the background maybe during silence, but that if you hear anything like I don't know if you can hear that. Okay, that's the ceiling fan. At any rate, you guys don't know this, but I'll share it, and some of you might have kind of quietly figured it out, but I wear eyebrow pencil. I use it for the beard to cover the gray, or to just make, some parts not as gray as the others. I normally keep this. I did have all of this colored, but lately I've been trying to just keep it showing and just do everything else, but I've been doing it for decades. I shouldn't say it that way, because it makes me sound like I'm 100 years old, but I have been doing it since I was a teenager. I never thought I would be sharing that with you guys, because it's not something I really like to bring attention to, but I know people have commented in past videos about how even the beard looks, or how good the eyebrows look. So, and I thought, you guys were talking about how you like me telling stories or whatever about my life. So, here it goes. I think it was let me go back a little bit. When I was growing up, my mom and all her friends used to say, when I was a kid, they used to say, "Oh, he has those cute bushy eyebrows." And when you're a kid, when adults like something about you, you take that and run with it. So if nothing else was going for me as a kid, at least I had these cute bushy eyebrows, okay? So at some point, high school, we're gonna fast forward. Probably I was maybe a sophomore. I was a dark kid. I was listening to a lot of pop music and listening to R&B and whatever, soul music and stuff. But I was also, because I was in high school, I was into a lot of other things like Boy George and pop, like British new wave pop. And, I was that kid. And, but I was also a little on the dark side what was getting there. Because I know I was going through some stuff. Didn't really have a lot of what I would call like friends in high school. So music was always my outlet. And I remember there's a picture of me. I was in ROTC and there's a picture of me with half of my eyebrows shaved. And I just wanted to do something really what I thought would be really different. Well, maybe it was psychological for me, but it seemed like the eyebrows never grew back quite the way they were before I cut them. So when they did come back, it just seemed kind of anticlimactic or lackluster. Like, because I had shaved them and they were already, you don't have a lot of hair on your brow. But it just felt like this is not enough. Oh, I'm eating the leaves. I'm spitting, I'm sorry. I'm eating the leaves on the celery because I read that the leaves are like the best part. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but anyway. You guys, I'm sorry. I've got this mic lower. I'm trying, and even the volume is turned down a little bit lower. If this is making any kind of difference in a good way, please let me know. I'm looking for, input. God damn it. What the fuck? Get in here, bitch. Anyway, well, this isn't turning out like I thought. You know what? Fuck it. I'm bearing all anyway. It's my bear all video. Okay. So eventually I started getting into people like Susie Sue and The Cure and Depeche Mode. And the other thing I will mention are Puerto Rican dudes. At the time, every Puerto Rican dude that I saw had those really like sharp, like, I don't know what you call those eyebrows, but they're really sharp. And I'm not saying they had makeup or anything, but if they were getting them done, man, that was a look I loved, but I just knew I couldn't ape it. But there was a period, I'm going to fast forward this to maybe late 80s, early 90s, where I'm going to say late 80s, where I was really into Susie Sue and her eyebrows were so striking. I would do my eyebrows like that. And at the time, I was lived in, my neighborhood was predominantly black neighborhood. I wanted to stand out, and I did, and I know I did. But it wasn't too outlandish. I was the black trench coat, the combat boots. I would go to this place, Uncle Dan's. Maybe cut in class to go to Uncle Dan's and buy all types of like 12-inch vinyl, and that was from Wax Trax. Go to Uncle Dan's to get like, jewelry and boots and different hats and stuff like that, like military looking shit. Cause I just kind of wanted to be that person. I had a lot of anger in me as a teenager. The eyebrow thing was really strong. And after a certain point, I think it died down. And I'm going to say in 87, I dropped out of high school. This is probably more than any of you need to know, but I did. 2 weeks prior to my graduation, but because I knew I wasn't going to graduate because I fucked up my junior year. I totally fucked up junior year. No, senior year was when I fucked up. Junior year, I was a B average student. Senior year, I had gotten a job and figured in my head, oh, well, that was the whole point of going to high school, working, I'm doing that. And I was so, like again, I was just really angry and really bitter to the point where in biology class, I would turn my back to the teacher while he was teaching. Wasting my mom's time, wasting my mom's money. I was working really late at Walgreens and having to get up to go to ROTC at 7 in the morning. And some days I would not make it. I regret that period a little bit. But I am not what one teacher referred to me when she discovered that I was going to drop out of school. She said something about me being a failure for the rest of my life. I did not, even at that time, I did not will that into existence. I just said, and you're a bitch and no one likes you, to myself. And, was done with that. No one really did like her. Although I did get an A in her class for writing a paper on a Depeche Mode song called Blasphemous Rumors. Anyway. It feels like true Hollywood stories. Anyway. In 87, after high school, kind of towards the fall, I came out to myself as gay. And maybe within 6 months to a year later, I came out to everyone else. Discovered a place called Horizons Community Services. That was the name at the time. And they dealt with, we had a youth group program. And I was 17 or 18. And I could attend that group, And it was there that my life began to bloom. Started to actually get friends. Friends that I might add, friends that I still have to this day. So we're talking like 30-year friendships that I've enjoyed. And these were all people that I, for the most part, met at this Horizons Community Center. And I heard about that. I probably shared the story before. Well, I heard about that. Listen to the radio, because I was that person. Sunday nights, I used to listen to Dr. Ruth, Phyllis Levy, who was a doctor here in Chicago. And I would just scour looking for talk radio stations because I didn't realize that what the fuck a trigger was. The only trigger I knew was a trigger on a gun. And I didn't know that I was getting triggers of relaxation from listening to these shows. And I taped that. Bruce Koff was the director, and I taped him on this show on the radio called Horizons, oddly enough. And about that following weekend, I went there for the first time. Circled around the building because I was scared to death and didn't, well, is this it? Is it really it? Am I in the right place? Doesn't seem like it's the right place. I guess I was looking for unicorns and rainbows and shit, but anyway, I went there. My social life changed dramatically. I still like the dark music, but I used to write like really dark, suicidal, morbid poetry on the walls in my bedroom as a teenager. Gee whiz. I don't know. I'm surprised my mama didn't. But anyway, I'm not going to say to everybody, teenage years are awkward years. I'm not going to say that everyone has gone through what I've gone through, but, like they say, it does get better. You can come out of it. Honestly, God, it got so bad in my, 8th grade. People would, calling me faggot and sissy and girl and everything. And I just was like, you know what? If this is the way life is going to be, I don't want to live. I remember saying that. I was probably 13. And I don't know what made me do it, what made me stick through it, but I did, I guess because I had to. But it does get better. But man, if I knew then what I know now, the person I am now, if I could reach that kid back then and live that part of my life over, none of them bitches could take me. Oh my God. So I have just revealed way too much that I thought I would ever reveal to you guys, but I hope that it brings us closer. All right. I feel like I want to talk more about that, but I don't want to take too much time. I will continue on, other videos. I'll talk more. Now that I'm thinking about my childhood, I'm thinking about other things, but we'll leave it for another time. But Lord knows, I've made enough videos in the past 8 or 9 days. I'm bound to talk about something. But anyway, look, and on that note, some of y'all, I love y'all, but some of y'all are not, I don't think y'all are looking at the entire video. Do me this solid. If you don't have the time to watch it, that's okay. That's okay. I get it. But don't come across in the comments like you have watched it when I know that you haven't, because I don't want to say the person. He seems like a decent dude, but he said something that indicated, that he watched the video and he clearly had not. Also, I want to say this, and this is for the umpteenth time. Someone asked me, one of my subbers asked me, when are you going to start doing ASMR videos? And he had 3 question marks. And I was taken aback because I was like, are you talking to me? Are you talking to somebody else in the comments? Because I was commenting with someone else. And then this commented in that thread. I said, well, he can't be talking about me. I said, sir, where have you been? I even shouted him out or them out in in one of these videos. Excuse me. And so I just want to say, for the umpteenth time, I'm not sure what his idea of ASMR is, or if you have different, like that, because some people just, they like what they like. And if they see that you're not doing what they like, they'll, hit the dislike button or whatever. Here's the thing. I do primarily mukbang, but there are people who get triggers from mukbang videos. So I do call it eating ASMR, and they are mukbangs, but like last night's video was not a mukbang because I wasn't saying anything. There are people who just like to see people eat. There are people who like just tapping. There are people who like just whispering or whatever. So, just because you like a particular thing doesn't mean everybody else, it doesn't mean it applies to everyone else. So I have over 3,600 subscribers here. At this point, I'm trying to, I know you can't do it, but I'm trying to be all things to everyone. And that is difficult sometimes. Will I keep this primarily mukbang? Yes. Have I been keeping it primarily mukbang? Yes. I was calling it I Choose ASMR in the beginning, but I feel like truly what I'm doing is mukbanging, if I'm going to just really be honest. But that doesn't mean that I don't have subscribers who like who get triggers in other ways. Maybe they'd like to see me explore some of these other triggers, That was the whole point of the video yesterday, where I was tapping and all of that stuff. So, just understand that. I'm not telling you to lay off me or anything like that, but just understand that there's more than just you in the sphere. We're all sharing the space together. I like a lot of different things. And I'm just because I eat all the time here on these videos doesn't mean I don't like anything else. I like, I'm not that into box tapping, but I've seen some people do it right. I've seen some people do it to where I was, and I was just like, ooh, I've heard people whisper really good. Wandering Whispers. I was just watching a video of his. When his beard hits the microphone, it's magical. It's like, oh my God. And his mouth, he is blessed with such a good mouth that he has a moisture in his mouth. I don't know that he realized that he has it. But when he's up on a microphone and he's talking, he's just talking to his natural self. But my God, I was going to say something really, really out there, but never mind. Anyway, I just wish I had that mouth. Like, it's just so much moisture in that mouth. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And so yeah, this is Eyebrow Pencil. If you've commented on my, grooming or whatever before, thank you. I don't like to bring too much attention to it. It is what it is. And some people might look at it and think, oh, it's being a little high maintenance there. You have to know something about me. High maintenance are not words that offend me. And I don't consider myself high maintenance, but you won't offend me if you think that way. I do me. I'm doing what I do. I'm used to doing it. And from what other people tell me, I'm pretty good at it. I always get girls in stores who do your eyebrows? Do you do your beard? You cut your hair? I don't go to anybody to do anything. I can't do anybody else's face, but I can do my own face okay. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the story. Hit the like button if you like it. I'm still taking donations. Someone asked me about that. I'm still doing that. Oh, I'm going to turn this off so I can load it. Okay, you guys, thank you again. And have a good one. Okay.